Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is GWENs CARE. We are a non-medical home care agency servicing the Maryland area. We directly work with our seniors in the area. So if you haven't already, please check out some of our previous videos. Like them, comment on them, share them to a loved one, or someone who may benefit. Yes, so let's get into this. Oh, and if you haven't already, of course, subscribe to our channel. Welcome to the family. Okay, so let's get into this video. This topic is dear to my heart, okay? And let me tell you why. I have a true passion for this industry, okay? Like, I don't just work in this industry and have experience in this industry. Like, this is my industry. This is where I belong. Like, these are my people, okay? So, as you can tell from the title of this video, I'm going to be explaining to you why senior care is a necessity, why it shouldn't be an option, and why you should be investing in it from the beginning when you're young, i.e. me, my age. Still kicking, understand? Okay. So let's just get right into it. I'm not even going, let's just get right into it. I'm not even going to sugarcoat in this video. Okay. I'm giving this straight to y'all. Okay. So like I said, as you can tell from this title, we're going to be getting into why senior care is a necessity. And in my opinion, it's just as important as daycare. When you need assistance with your kid, or, ultimately or automatically, as a parent, you think, oh, my child needs to go to daycare they need to learn social skills, or they need to be able to interact with other people. They need to get a routine down pat. They need to learn the daily living task of life. You understand? So it is. Those are the same reasons that you need senior care for your parent or for your grandparent. It's important. But by the end of the video, I won't have to, keep saying it. You're going to hear me and understand by the end of this video. Okay? All right. So most of us have been, put into situations where we've had to step in and care for a loved one, whether it was for a short period of time, long term, until someone else took over, or until they moved, or until they passed away. It's plenty of reasons, or there are plenty of scenarios. But typically, or for the most part, everyone has had the chance, or has had to, take on some type of responsibility, for caring for a loved one. Now, when you're caring for that loved one, you're no longer dealing with them as granddaughter and grandma. And so, as most of you have seen, it'll put a strain on that relationship. And a way to avoid, putting that strain on the relationship, or even you just being frustrated, overwhelmed, burnt out, is to have someone else come in, care for your loved one, take that responsibility off of your hand, and just provide, support all around, because ultimately that's all we're doing. We're just supporting you as, the family, or as a senior, to get done what it is you need to get done. Ultimately, whether that's sitting there and keeping you company, playing games, keeping your daily routine going, whether that's providing assistance with getting you dressed so that you don't have to sit in the house all day with pajamas, whether that's taking you out to a senior center to interact with other people, around your age range, that you have things in common with. So that's one. I mean, I think I gave you more than one right there, but that's one. I'll get into the. Here's why I support aging in place specifically, and why I started off with the home care agency. I've worked in a nursing home. I've worked in assisted livings, different areas, different backgrounds, different ethnicity, different kind of people, different attitudes. So I haven't only worked in nursing homes where when you walked in, you can see that it was short staffed, or you can tell it was a little, rough around the edges, or it wasn't the best of the best. But I've also worked in facilities where you walk in and it's nice. They got a Picasso up on the wall. You hear me? I'm just kidding. But no, really, I've worked in, those facilities where they're nice. They are nice. However, they all still have lack of support, lack of enough people that care, not enough time, not enough people, not utilizing the right resources for the right people. They all have those things in common. And so when you hire someone like myself or my agency or another home care agency to come in, or a caregiver, whether that's private duty, home health aide, CNA, whatever the case is, when you hire someone to come in and care for your loved one, they're getting that one-on-one attention, that catering, that we're literally catering to them. What they need that day, they're getting. So if they need a little more time to sleep, well, I don't have 6 and 7 other people that I have to get up by a certain time, and you have to be in the cafeteria by a certain time. I don't have or the dining room. I don't have those lists of tasks that have to get done. Yes, I have other things that need to be done, but while I'm letting your loved one or Susie sleep, or Calvin sleep, while I'm letting them sleep, I can be doing the dishes. I can be throwing a load of laundry in. Whatever the case is, straightening up a little bit. If they have a pet, letting the dog out, or just doing those little tasks that they don't have to hurry up and get up to do, or won't get done. Yes. So when they are able to age in place and stay at home and be in the comfort of their home and get care or get catering to, it makes a big difference mentally, emotionally, and physically. I promise you. The proof is in the pudding. Ain't that what they say? Okay. The next reason. Their dignity, their sense of self, their independence. When family members tend to step in and care for them, they take over. They take over. I've seen it as the CNA and as the CEO. I've on both sides. Just because you have to provide assistance now does not mean that you have to take over their lives. And I feel as though when you hire someone, or when they're getting care outside of, a family member providing it, I feel like those lines aren't always crossed. Well, let me say this. If you have a good CNA, or you're working with, passionate people, I feel as though those lines don't get crossed, because in my book, in my eyes, they always have a choice. Whether it's what they eat, yes, they may not get to choose whatever restaurant they want to eat from, but they can choose whether they want pancakes or grits in the morning, or oatmeal. You understand? It's the small things. And I feel as though when family members step in to provide assistance, it's like, no, you're going to jump on whatever routine or whatever makes my life easiest. That's just what it is. That's how you're going to have to live now. And it's just very disheartening and discouraging for the senior to now have to have not only something happen to them, and 9 times out of 10 something traumatic happening to them, but now it's even more traumatic because their whole routine is disrupted. Their whole life, in a sense, is disrupted because, well, now I have to get on this page because it's convenient for them. No. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. You know how when you have a baby and they wake up in the middle of the night and you have to get up, you have to get on their schedule in a sense. Yes, once they reach a certain age, you can kind of just, let them be. But when something's wrong or when they're not feeling well, you cater to them. What you need? What is it? You want me to rub your back? You want me to rub your feet? You want me to kiss all over you? I mean, can your mama get the same love? The same attention? I mean, they did it for you. That's all I'm gonna say. They did it for you. And if they didn't, and you have now taken on that role or accepted that role, don't strip them of that. Don't strip them of the little things, making their own decisions and thinking for themselves and doing for themselves. I promise you, if they were living alone, they may have missed a few meals, if they started experiencing dementia, things like that, but they can still feed themselves. Okay? As long as the arms and the fingers not broke, they can still feed themselves. They can still help. They can still cook. You just supervise them. Or you set up, FaceTime. Set up a little. If you gotta go do a conference, I'm sorry, it's my alarm. If you gotta go do a conference or whatever the case is, and they're cooking, set up a little FaceTime or nanny cam, and go do what you gotta do, and just keep on checking. Turn the volume up, maybe. Keep on checking. But still allow them to do for themselves and think for themselves and keep that sense of dignity and respect or self-worth, Yeah. Okay. So this is my last point, but I'll leave with this. Ultimately, I believe that when seniors get the chance to age in place, they're comfortable, they're at peace. Even if they have had to move out of their home, but they're still, getting that quality care and able to still thrive in the new space or the new norm that they're in, it makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. And working with a senior who has mentally checked out is a whole different ball game than working with someone who is going through rehab and just has a broken arm. And they just can't lift things up at the moment or anymore or whatever the case is. It's completely different. And so I want you to leave with understanding that care isn't just about the physical task or the physical day-to-day activities that we assist with. Senior care is the emotional, the mental, and the physical aspects of their life or their quality of care. Their aging. So when you're able to provide your loved one with quality care and senior care outside of a overwhelmed and, busy lifestyle that you can offer, they're more willing to go the extra mile and put that extra work in to recover, or to continue to live their normal lives as you see it and as they see it. So hear me when I say that senior care is just as important as daycare and child care. That's what I mean. They deserve to thrive in their senior years, just as you want your children, or we put the effort into our children thriving in their younger years. Again, this is Gwen's Care, Brene, the CEO, from CNA to CEO.